Hey! It's me, your pal Rory, here at awman.net for another installment of the Aw Man radio program. And that was Touring. Collapsed Mine was the name of the song. And I did a lot of digging around on Bandcamp this week. I didn't actually find a lot of good stuff. I found some good stuff, but that would have to be my favorite selection from the past week of stuff that I found. Which, in spite of the few good things I did find this week, it would still stand up to better weeks because it's really good. So yeah, you can visit their Bandcamp page. There's one other song that they just put out with that. I guess you could call it an EP or single or whatever. The other song is called This Is the End, and both of those were released as of, a couple days ago? January 29th. Yeah, there you go. And they're from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia to be precise, and I guess that was one of the states that I had done some digging through recently, this week, maybe early last week, or late last week too. So I got a couple other things from Pennsylvania to come, some things from Illinois, and then the rest just kind of all over the place. That's how it went. So other than that, I got a lot of stuff from Bandcamp I'm going to play. A bunch of things that I never played before, and then I was just digging through notes that I made, and I was like, oh yeah, that band and this band, and I should play stuff by them. So there's a lot of that. There's Zach, of course, coming by via conventional telephone for I'm Allowed, at the midway point of the show. And, well, it's a whole set of songs about narcotics just after I talk to Zach. Or at least their titles pertain to narcotics. Some of them, it's arguable as to whether or not the subject matter of the lyrics is actually tied in all that much to narcotics. But anyhow, you can figure that out for yourself. And I'll play some music, I think. I think that's a sensible thing to do right now. Next is Buck Griffin, Watchin the 710 roll by. This is put out in 1956 on a single by MGM.
What'll I do if my baby grieves me? Sit and watch the 710 roll by. What'll I do if my baby leaves me? Cry and watch the 710 roll by. Train, don't blow that whistle. Leaving me blue and I'm feeling this way. If she takes my money, sit and watch the 710 roll by. What'll I do, 'cause it ain't no funny. Sit and watch the 710 roll by. This away. What'll I do when she gets to mother? Sit and watch the 710 roll by. What'll I do when she finds another? Cry and watch the 710 roll by. sun. Leaving me blue and I'm feeling this way.
Listen, I've got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bullshit anytime during the day from anyone. That includes me.
That was Not For You. The song is called Look Quiet. And they put that out in 2019 themselves, i.e. it was a self-release. So yeah, before that, Chronic Anxiety Big Slam from a split they did with Dialer. That came out also in 2019 by labels Bunny Cat and SRA. Also heard Crisis on TV from a compilation of almost everything they did, or maybe it's everything. Something like that. At least in their original incarnation before Tony Wakeford reformed the band in the past couple of years. So that's all their, whatever classic stuff, I guess you could say. So that's called Holocaust Hymns is the name of that release. It was put out by Apop in 2005. I was looking at the notes for that and that particular song, which is, track 21, I think, track 20 on the CD. And it says in the notes, tracks 20 to 23 recorded live 1979, remixed 1995. So that's a pretty darn impressive live recording. And I don't know, it sounds more like studio than live. I'd like to know more about what that's all about. I don't know how easily that information can be found. Anyway, before that, Pleasure Leftists, Future Fights. This just came out as a self-release job as part of the EPs of PL, it's called, which is described on their Bandcamp pages. Our two 12-inch EPs from 2011 and 2013 remastered in 2020. So, yeah, the official release or re-release date for that was September 4th, according to their Bandcamp page. Then it was Fotoform, I Know You're Charming, from their Part-Time Punks session, released in 2019. Started it with Buck Griffin, Watching the 710 Roll By, from a 1956 MGM single. Got another recent find through Bandcamp from this week that I was pretty fond of. This just came out. It's by Koura. They're from Los Angeles. And what was it? January 26th. That's when this came out. The song I will play is called Destroyer. The title of the album, it's a self-titled thing. Yeah, that's right. And they self-released this as well. So, there you go.
you to meet my colleague, Dr. Hamilton.
And I'd like you to get the fuck out of here.
It's all
Get out of here! Speak deaf! Get out of my room! Get out of here, bitch! Get out of here!
All right, that was Arima from Spain. The song was called Mugak. I think that's the first band I've ever played where they sing in the Basque language. That's kind of neat. So that was put out within the context of an EP called Metamorphosis, which appeared in 2019, and as far as I can tell, it's a self-release thing. Fugitive Bubble before that, Silver Spoon, put out by Stucco last year on an EP, self-titled EP. Alright, what else? I don't know where they're based, actually. I was just looking at. It says that instruments recorded reel-to-reel and mixed at Chapel of Crimes, Olympia by P. Snowd. So that's where Stucco is as well, Olympia, Washington. But then it says vocals recorded by Ben Jones at The Void in New York. So I don't know if they have like somebody in New York and then the rest of the band in Olympia, or is it just a one-off thing? It's a mystery, but the EP is good anyway. What else? Rita Pavone, La Zanzara, from an RCA single put out in 1966. Title translates to The Mosquito. You might have guessed that based on the sort of little buzzing in and out, start, finish, intro, outro. It's so funny when people call stuff an outro. It's an outroduction. It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, before that, Les Mexiques de l'Univers. Kolovac was the song. Came out last year through my own private records on an album called Sextion, Nique, Touit. Before that, Los Apson via Submarino was that kind of melancholic song with the bubbles in the background. I like that. They had an album out on which this was sourced, or from which this was sourced, I guess. Llegaron, Los Apson. Yeah, something like that. And that came out in 1963 by Echo, and then started it with Koura, Destroyer, from their self-titled release. That came out very, very recently. Oh, well. Sure is snowing outside here in Prague, and all I got to say about that is...
No, sir, I don't like it.
No, sir. Makes it difficult for me to get outside and get some exercise, which is, one of the few things that somebody can do these days that's not in their own house. So yeah, it'll be nice and slippery out for me, and it's supposed to get really cold here too over the next week. So I don't know. Hopefully that translates into many more hours of Bandcamp searching for your benefit and mine. That's all I can hope for. And I'm going to play something else that's a Bandcamp find right now. This is Incomplete by the band Drill. Found on This Is Not A... Drill. Put out in 2019 as a self-released item.
Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it?
I don't know.
Where's the hammer? Is it on the... Go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering. Stop the hammering. Call fucking Phil Griffin. I don't care who the fuck you have to call. Stop the hammering. Empty out the goddamn control room and find out where this is going on. It's either there, or out there somewhere. Fucking out of control shit.
My friends say that I'm drinking quite a lot. And I'm haunted by the things they've long forgot. And they tell me that I'm smoking quite a bit, but that ain't nothing. They should see me when I have a memory fit. Did you ever sit and stare at the wall and hear her footsteps go pitter-patter in the hall? And did you ever nurse an old hurt that just seems to never quit? If you have, well then, you've had a memory fit. Did you ever sit and stare at the wall and hear her footsteps go pitter-patter in the hall? And did you ever nurse an old hurt that just seems to never quit? If you have, well then, you've had a memory fit. If you have, well then, you've had a memory fit.
You've got to walk softly, I say, don't stomp your feet. You might wake him up and then we'd be in for a treat. You've never seen my dad mad and you're lucky you ain't, 'cause I guarantee he's no saint and he might frown, so keep it down. 'Cause I wanna make love to you under the sky so blue. But if you don't watch out, you might hear a shout from my father's room, and that means doom for both of us. We'd better make us a plan in case he walks in and sees me holding your hand. We'll run if we can, 'cause I know he won't understand. So walk on softly, I said walk on softly.
dreadful premonition. You've got to stop, you've got to stop, you've got to stop. It's got to stop, it's got to stop, it's got to stop. Definite Sun, checking it out! Definite Sun, checking it out! Definite Sun, checking it out! Yeah, I will never finish my book, but I have finally found the night. It's got to stop, it's got to stop, it's got to stop. You've got to stop, you've got to stop, you've got to stop. And if you die in the next 5 years, it will have been some kind of dreadful premonition. You've got to stop, you've got to stop, you've got to stop. It's got to stop, it's got to stop, it's got to stop. Definite Sun, checking it out! 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 Definite Sun, checking it out!
Okay, so that was Lung Butter, Depener Sun from, what's the name of that record? Honey came out in 2019 through Constellation. Then Joanne Touchstone, Walk Softly from 1964. And that was put out as a single on Soundstage Records. Or Buddy Huey before that with a Memory Fit. Released in 1966 by Chart. Then it was Editrix. Chelsea, Tell Me I'm Bad is the record that's found on, which just came out yesterday, I think. Yeah. And Exploding in Sound released that. Then The Crawling Chaos, or Crawling Chaos, depending on your mood. Curling Sandwiches from the album Whack-Has, put out in 1985 by Fetus Products. And started things with another band from Pennsylvania. It was Drill, Incomplete, from This Is Not A, released by the band in 2019. And you know something? I bet you do. It's time for Zach.
I hope I keep my mailman called Mr. Mac away from Zach.
The mayor of Prague on the line.
All for you, buddy.
What's it like? What's it like to rule over Prague with an iron fist, baby?
My first mandate is to clean up all the dog shit in the city. That's priority number one.
Yeah, that's gonna take a concerted effort, eh?
It really will. Yeah, that's not a small task. They've tried. I think I might have mentioned it before. They have like dog shit bags all over the place here, but people still don't use them. I stepped in a big blob of it yesterday. Not yesterday, I think it was 2 days ago. But the good news is it was a really smushed up blob of it, and then it was already kind of like damp outside. So it kind of slid off the boot really quickly. So, you know, and it was also in a place where there weren't a lot of grooves on the bottom of the boot. So, you know, when you get stuff stuck in the treads of a boot or wherever there's just like a lot of like little indentations and stuff, then you're fucking finished, man. You got to do a lot of cleaning to get the dog shit out of there. But it really worked out in my favor. I've stepped in a lot of dog shit over the years, and that was probably the least bothersome occasion for it.
Yeah, when you're wearing boots, that's when you're really in trouble.
Yep.
You know, it's like tennis shoes, you can kind of get them out of the grooves a lot easier. But if you're wearing boots and step in them, boy, oh boy, you're toast. I mean, you're a goner after that. But
yeah.
Sounds like you had the most fortunate. I dropped my phone. You had like the most fortunate possible experience you could have with it.
Yeah, I think Zeus was smiling on me that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Zeus is in control of dog shit accidents. I'd say that's in his purview.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, there's probably some lesser god who's more specifically inclined to look after that stuff, but Zeus being the main god overall, he's got a hand in that whole domain too. Probably a pretty big hand, actually.
He's got to know that that's one of the worst things that can happen to a human.
Yeah.
When he's got to oversee that himself.
He does, yeah. It's a form of retribution, and then also when you have an experience like mine, it's maybe a conciliatory gesture. I could have let you have this big pile of dog shit all over you, but I'm going to let it just brush off, like it never happened.
You've been a good boy, Rory. Here's your reward. You've pleased the gods, and for your reward, you still have to step in dog shit, but it's not going to be as bad as what it normally would be. You haven't been good enough that we're going to allow you to avoid stepping in dog shit. It's a given. You're going to do that.
Yep.
But it's not going to be. It's not going to be a prison planet type experience anyway.
That's why I say more of a thanks, Big Z, and I guess you could be Big Z too. I was just thinking about it as I said it. But.
Yeah, I kind of remind myself a lot of Zeus. Yeah. I put myself in the mind in the mind of Zeus. I mean, my daughter popped out of my head, so that's something that makes it pretty similar. Makes me pretty similar. You know, like Athena just. My daughter, whose name is Athena, just kind of popped out of my head. So, well, there you go.
And Greeks tend to worship you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't go in that country without being mobbed. Yeah.
Yep.
Got some temples there. Got some temples there for me. All that stuff. That's a once every 5-year type visit.
You ever read up on, it's like, I might have talked to you about this a long time ago. What's the name on it? Hellenic Polytheistic Reconstructivism?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a Wikipedia page on it and stuff. So you got a whole bunch more people after you than were probably after you 20 years ago. It's on the tick. It's on the rise, so.
People are finding some new skin for the old ceremony, eh?
Yeah, you can say that. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Wow. Last night we had a listening party for the Cincinnati Reds, the 1990 Cincinnati Reds album. A label in New York City just reissued it. They put out some physical copies and then put out another electronic version of it on their Bandcamp as well. So I've never really done anything like that. We were listening in this Zoom call with people who actually liked the album a lot, and we would listen to a song and then talk about the song afterwards, and it was such a surreal experience. I was thinking, like, Rick and I were talking, like, I don't think either of us have ever really talked to a fan before. It was we basically just like have wandered around the world with our good buddies and just made no friends at all and never interacted with anyone. Kind of like now. Until now, yeah. It's kind of like a gross oversimplification. I mean, I talk to people after shows. I'm making myself out to be a bigger asshole than what I am, but I mean, I'll talk with people after shows and all that stuff. But this was just such an unusual experience. And this little stoner kid came on, and he was just started kind of making trouble from the beginning. And I could feel my irritation level just rising immediately. He's like, yeah, I can't wait till this album comes on so I can roast it. And all this stuff. And then finally, it was a Zoom call, and Rick and I weren't showing our screens. We had, like, the tape over the video because, well, I was in my underwear. I didn't want to, it was late at night. It was like 11 p.m., so I was in my underwear. I wasn't going to turn my screen on or get out of my underwear. That's underwear time.
Yep.
Anyway, so he was haranguing us he said, why won't you cowards show your screen? All this stuff. This kid just kept going on, and finally I just said to this kid, why don't you just shut your fucking mouth and listen to the goddamn record? We're all tired of hearing you. It was so fantastic and so effective. It worked like a charm. It took all the wind out of his sails, and from then on, he was very well behaved.
It's remarkable sometimes that actually works. I mean, a lot of the time that won't do anything for anybody, but some people are just itching for that to happen, I guess. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was I think he was just trying to see how far he could push us without to see whether there's some people that are just like that. They want to see how far they can push you, basically. And I don't know. I mean, I try in my general day-to-day interactions, I try to just be pleasant and kind and thoughtful and gentle with people. That's how I prefer to be, but sometimes ferocity is necessary in this world. You know, it's like you can't let yourself be pushed around. You can't let people, treat you poorly. I don't think that's a very wise way to live in this world.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to put your foot down like I'm doing on the desk right now.
Yeah, just like you did with that guy in Italy.
Yeah, I did.
Think about that all the time. I probably told that story 100 times. If I've told it once, I've told it 100 times. The story of you and that deranged man in that train station in Italy.
Yeah, well, he deserved it. He was definitely one of those types that was just looking for somebody to like tell him where to go. So, and I think that's what it was too. I was like, get out of here. It was a real Bugs Bunny move on my part. No, it was. I remember now what it was. I said to him was, "Hit the road."
Yeah,
so ridiculous.
Hit the road. Yeah,
and that's what just came. He did. Yeah, he left. And there was no premeditation on my part to use that line. It was just what came out of my mouth. So, yeah.
Yeah, note to self, that works sometimes.
Yes, when in Italy.
I mean,
when in Rome.
Yeah, it was when in Rome. It was pretty stupid of him to be doing. I mean, he was messing with 3 adult men that are we're all like relatively, we're all in good health and relatively good. We were all in like younger and relatively good health and good shape, all that. And it was kind of a really stupid move on his part to. Like, he kind of picked the wrong target in a lot of ways.
It was really weird because, he was probably like in his mid-60s or something like that and all kind of haggard looking and scraggly old hair and big old gut on him and stuff and not really moving around too quickly. But, yeah, I don't really know what the end game was there. Like, what else was he hoping to happen? He was just yelling at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know the story. It was just, we were in a train station, and then this old guy was just kind of eyeing us, and then he came over, and he had some kind of pamphlet that he folded up, and he just whipped it into the face of another friend of ours who was along with us. And then at that point, I was already kind of irritated based on other events throughout the day and days leading up to that. So, yeah, I just started yelling at this guy, and he kind of took off. And we'd seen him around later, and he was still kind of eyeing us a bit, but he wouldn't say anything. So, yeah, it worked well enough. Yeah.
Yeah, he was given, because we had to stay in the same train station as him overnight.
Yeah.
More or less. It was like in the middle of the night, we had to stay in this, I don't remember where the train, somewhere in Italy, this train station that we had to, like, stay because our train was coming at, like, 2 or 3 in the morning, something like that. And he was still there and still, yeah. He gave us the evil eye from across the platform essentially. Yeah. But yeah, he didn't come back for round 2 anyway.
I don't understand what goes through some people's heads. Like, we were just totally minding our own business. It wasn't like we were getting up to any trouble. We weren't on the booze or anything. We were just totally doing our own thing, and then this guy made it his mission to come over and start bothering us. So I don't really understand how some stuff works, but that's it.
It was funny that he targeted Adam. It was like he had focused on Adam, who was probably having the worst time of all of us at that time.
Yeah.
And it's like he zeroed in on Adam and just started. I mean, he was yelling, like, I guess in all of our general directions. But, yeah, he was focusing his vitriol primarily on Adam. And just, like, Adam was just totally aghast. Like, he didn't know how to respond at all. I don't think, I didn't really know I didn't want to, like, start a big scene in the middle of that,
Yep.
I didn't want to start a big scene in the middle of the train station, the busy train station in the middle of the day. But, I had a pretty wild experience the other night when I was walking in Columbus. I was walking after dark, and
Columbus After Dark with Zach Coons. Continue.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is my night every single night. I do go for long walks, and the girl I'm seeing lives. She doesn't live too far away, like about a mile away. So I just walk over there, but it kind of goes through a little bit of a rough neighborhood. And I was walking under this overpass, and like nestled in the corner were two folks who were, I think, smoking crack, is what I could figure from what they were doing. And the lady, as I was passing by, grabbed onto my coat and said, "Here, hit this." And I just I just ripped away from her. And the guy started moving toward me like he was going to attack me. So I like reared back like I was going to knock him in the face, and he like winced and went back. But that was just about a really dangerous situation.
Yeah, it was like an inch away by the sounds of it, of some kind of violent occurrence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
there's no recourse. So actually, Eve has a taser. So I've been taking. I'm gonna after dark. I'm gonna start taking the taser with me, just to make sure that I'm kind of protected, because it's terrible to like. I really enjoy walking after dark. It's been really snowy here. I'd love to take walks in the dark. In the snow. I really enjoy that. It's kind of like the train station. I'm just minding my own goddamn business. I just want to be left alone and enjoy my walk. And the fact that I'm not able to, I find really irritating. But what are you going to do?
Yep, that's like I was complaining. I don't know if you heard it earlier on about, well, for me, if it gets too snowy, then I don't go out and walk because then it's too goddamn slippery. But yeah, it's one of the few things that's really left to do outside of the house these days. So it'd be a shame if they took that away from you too, whoever they is. But if
I know, just people with malcontents. Yeah, essentially just malcontents. Eve actually got me these spikes, like these spiked cleats for my boots. So I'm able to walk in the like ice and snow, and they work like a charm.
Oh, yeah.
They work really well. So I've still been. I walk. I have the same walking schedule as you. I walk between 5 and 10 miles a day. I think that's about what you do. Something along those lines.
Yeah, it is. I usually rotate between days and take one day off a week. So it's like 6 days a week doing that.
Yeah. And so it's been really snowy here and really cold. Like today, I'm not going to say the temperature because I know it doesn't really relate. But it's very, very frigidly cold here. And so, the ice melts a little bit, or the snow melts a little bit, and then it's just total icy sidewalk.
Yep.
And oh boy, that is bad news when it's like that.
That's a great idea. I was wondering about that, how effective those cleats are. But if you say they're decent, then I should probably go obtain a pair for myself or something.
Yeah. Those cleats are phenomenal. And Eve found them for they were like $7. They were very inexpensive too. On top of it all, so 10 out of 10 would recommend. I've been walking like these sidewalks and streets here are just total ice right now, and I slipped and fell the other day and hurt my knee, so I had to take a couple of days off from walking because I went out and tried to walk in it anyway. But then now that I've got these cleats, I've just been tromping through it, no problem at all. So this talk is actually a product placement for snow boot cleats.
Trying to bolster the cleat industry as whatever way we can.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. That's All Man. This edition of All Man brought to you by Kirkland snow boot cleats.
Is that the brand?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the actual the proper. It's something like that though. It ends in land anyway.
Okay.
I think it's Kirkland.
Yeah. Something like that. I'm sure I won't find the same brand here anyway.
That'd be wild, huh?
Yeah, it would be.
If you were to find the same, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd say any of them work pretty good. These work very good. I was so pleasantly surprised.
I wonder if they'd be any good. Let's just say if you stepped in dog shit and preventing you from slipping on the dog shit. I've never had that happen.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, you got a pretty fucking bad mess to clean up after that, but it'd be better, better than falling in the dog shit. I've never had that happen, but I've definitely slipped a bit when I've stepped in it and then been like, oh man, well, now I have to clean the dog shit off, but at least I didn't fall in it. That would be, there are results for that. There's this, I already see this Reddit thing. It's like, I was walking along pavement when I slipped on dog shit, ... So who knows what fate befell that poor fella or woman there. Yeah.
I think I could take a guess.
Yeah, something I don't want to happen to me.
Yeah. Oh wow, that really. Yeah, I've never slipped in it. I've stepped in it plenty of times, but I never slipped. I will say this neighborhood people are actually pretty good about cleaning up after their dogs. I never see dog shit on the sidewalk.
That's good.
Yeah. Columbus does it. People are really bad for throwing trash all over the place, but people do tend to clean up after their dogs. They bring bags with them and all that crap.
I'd take trash over dog shit any day.
Oh yeah, trash is. I mean, I don't like it. I wish people wouldn't litter. It's really a destructive, very stupid habit. But it definitely. I'd rather step on a used Cheeto bag than step on a giant smashed up piece of dog shit any day of the week.
Yep. Amen to that. What do you got going on today other than not stepping in dog shit?
Brittany and I are going to the Serpent Mound. We're gonna go for a cold weather hike. She's getting off work here in about 30 minutes or so, and so we're gonna go on a cold weather hike, and we're gonna go make some mushroom soup at my friend's house up there. And we're gonna spend the night up in this this kind of haunted Victorian house from like the 1830s. I've had so many wild experiences. They call this place the alternate universe. So I had this. I'll tell one quick story about this place. I have a lot of them, but do you think I have time for one quick one?
Yeah, I'd say we can
It's pretty wild.
Go through this one and then probably wrap it up because we're at 20 minutes right now. But yeah, let's hear this one.
Okay, so at one time I was dating Tom's daughter, he's the owner of the house. So I was dating his daughter, and I was staying over there pretty often at this particular house. So she went down to cook dinner, and I was working on writing or something like that. I had my back turned to the door and like looking out the window. Well, maybe I heard her tromp down the stairs, and maybe 30 seconds later to a minute later, I heard rustling in the closet that was across the room from me, and it was her, and she was rustling like crazy, going through this closet. And I said, Jess, what are you doing? What are you? I thought you were going to cook dinner. What are you trying to find in the closet? She wouldn't say anything, and I was getting like progressively more irritated. Like, why won't you talk to me? What's going on? What are you looking for? Nothing. No reply. She didn't turn around. It's like I wasn't talking at all. So finally, I just got irritated, and I just turned around, continued writing, and the rustling stopped. I turned around 1 second later, the rustling stopped, and she's gone. So anyway, Jess comes up about 30 minutes later with dinner, and I said, why didn't you respond to me? What were you looking at? What were you looking for in the closet? She said, I never was in the closet. What are you talking about? I said, yeah, you were rustling around in your closet. You like knocked everything all around and was going through it like crazy. What were you looking for? She said, I was never in the closet, I'm telling you. I said, well, okay, let's take a look at the closet. I opened the closet door. everything's in perfect order. It hadn't been gone through at all. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is.
It's like an alternate universe version of her. You know, like the multiverse. Jess came in that room and was rifling through that closet. And while current Jess was downstairs cooking dinner.
That's that house I stayed in with you at that time, isn't it?
What's that?
That's the house I stayed. I went and visited you guys, and then you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can attest to that
That's
being
right.
a pretty spooky house.
Yeah. I had a bad night there when you came. That's for sure. One of the worst nights of my life, I'd say. Well, we had a great time.
Yeah,
but,
wasn't my fault. I hope. but
yeah. No. We had a fantastic time. The after effects of that night that were entirely my own fault and nobody else's fault, for sure.
Yeah, but at least you lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, just barely, but yeah, I did. I somehow survived. I baptized that man naked in the creek that night. That evening, I guess.
Yeah.
That's another story for another time, though. We can wrap it up. We got a lot of these good stories. We won't give them all away.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, we'll pick up next week where we left off.
Yeah, stay tuned next week, folks, for the naked baptism. All right, my friend. I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, be seeing you. Have fun out at Serpent Mound.
I intend to. All right, thanks, buddy. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. All right, there goes Mr. Coons. And as I promised at the start of the show, this is a set next all about narcotics, or at least song titles pertaining to narcotics. So we'll get the ball rolling here, so to speak, with Dick Justice, Cocaine is the song from 1930.
Go on, gal, don't take me for no fool. I ain't gonna quit your pretty mama while the weather's cool. Around your back door, honey, I'm gonna creep, just as long as you bring me 2.5 a week. I've got a girl, she works in the white folks' yard. She brings me meal, I swear she brings me lard. She brings me meal, honey, she brings me lard. She brings me everything, honey, that a girl can steal. Lord of vaudeville circus rider came to town. They got the stance of looking nice and brown. They didn't know it was against the law for the monkeys to stop at a 5-cent store. Well, just around the corner, just a minute too late, another one standing at the big back gate. I'm simply wild about my good cocaine. I stood in my corner, hey, hey. Here comes Sal with a note all told. Doctor said you couldn't smell no more. Lord, run, doctor, ring the bell. The women in the alley, I'm simply wild about my good cocaine. Furniture man came to my house once last Sunday morn. Asked me was my wife at home. Said she'd long been gone. Backed his wagon up to my door, took everything I had. He carried it back to the furniture store. Honey, I did feel sad. What in the world has any man got now messing with the furniture man? Got no dough, stand for show, certainly will back you back. Take everything from an earthly plate, from a skillet to a frying pan. If there ever was a devil born without any horn, must have been a furniture man. I hear you, mama, hey, hey. Here comes Sal with a note all told. Doctor said you couldn't smell no more. Lord, go, doctor, ring the bell. Women in the alley, I'm simply wild about my good cocaine. A lot of babies in the cradle in New Orleans. The doctor kept a whip until the baby got mean. Doctor whip until the baby got so. Mama said you couldn't smell no more. Lord, go, doctor, ring the bell. The women in the alley, I'm simply wild about my good cocaine. I'm simply wild about my good cocaine.
A story about a country boy who liked to sing. He liked to pick those good guitars and listen to them ring. He was doing oh so good with his music and his songs, till one night he took a pill and from there he went wrong. Nightclubs he played all the time and partied every night. A different song, a different woman beneath those shining lights. A pain inside was burning strong from all those many thrills. Too many girls, too many parties, and too many pills. Too many pills to keep him going every night. If you saw him now, what a shameful sight. He shakes and he trembles and he sings with a chill. His insides are burning from too many pills. Tonight in the hospital on the other side of town lies this country musician who really got around. His friends have all left him, still they party every night. They don't really miss him beneath those neon lights. His band is out there a playing. He's sick as he can be. The women, the pills, the whiskey all haunt his memory. He turns and he tumbles in a room that he just fills. His insides are fading from too many pills. Too many pills, that's what the doctor said when early this morning he pronounced him dead. Beware you musicians of all those many thrills. Too many girls, too many parties, and too many pills. I said too many girls, too many parties, and too many pills.
Neemt weer een trekkie, haar blik wordt chaotisch. Ze wiegt wat erotisch, het roken wordt chronisch. Haar geest elektronisch, ze kijkt wat onlogisch uit twee vinkeloogjes. van het literaire, van Klaus en Molière, van Minko en Mulies, dat haar nooit te cru is, van pornografieën, van potten en mieën. Zweert bij wat Fransies, als zij in trance is, weet niet van generen, rukt aan haar kleren, met donkere brillen, hysterisch te gillen. Het zo ongerepte, dat een haar verlepte, wat slecht en wat rot is, verlaten van God is, gaat langzaam de goot in en rustig de dood in.
I woke up last night and thought I was gonna die. Oh, say, my doctor came a-running and my family stood by. Well, now, say, he left 3 pop pills for 10, 2, and 4. He left 3 pop pills for 10, 2, and 4. Hey, man, when they hit me, I landed in the middle of the floor. Ah, say... And I couldn't get near his shack. A loaded man. I went to see old Doc and I couldn't get near his shack. Yeah, say, they were creeping through the front door and bobbing right on out the back. I'm telling you, I waited 8 long hours just to knock upon his door. I waited 8 long hours just to knock upon his door. I came to pay my bill and brought money for 100 more. And I'm off to rock and roll like I never have before. And I'm off to rock and roll on every inch of that floor. Hey, B.O.B. Bop, say B-I-L-L-S, Bop Bill.
I come home this morning about 4:30. My My girl was standing in the bedroom door. I didn't know hardly what to say or do. She had a pocket knife and a pistol too. I just walked the floor and smoked my pipe. I say I can't go to bed, the sign ain't right. I tried to be a man and hold my own. Girl, when you was sick, I stayed at home. I washed your feet every day in the week. I wanted you to sleep on clean white sheets. You were sick as any woman I've ever seen. You was having trouble in all your dreams. One night you had some hard nightmares. I washed your face and I combed your hair. You were so sick, I didn't know what to do. So I called the doctor and the undertaker too. The doctor came, but he didn't stay. He looked in your face and he walked away. Undertaker came, it was late that night. He said, stick tight, the sign ain't right. Through all life's rain and life's storm and hail, I stayed by your bedside and didn't fail. Walked through all life's slippery streets. My feet got wet with like snow and sleet. Most times alone with just me and you. My head got wet with last midnight dew. I stayed by your bedside and smoked my pipe. I can't go to bed, the sign ain't right. I love that gal because she was so kind to me. Long time ago the gal paid my fine. I was so glad when the gal got well, her loving and kind that she could hear me tell. How she pulled off my clothes and she'd wash my feet, put me in the bed and hold my head, lead me in the bathroom and wash my face, and make me coffee just to suit my taste. One night she said, you've been out doing something against my will. You've been drinking that moonshine from the still. Now it made you tight and it's late at night. Please go to bed, the sign ain't right. Your breath is just smelling like a whiskey still. If the cops don't get you, the jitterbug will. I slipped on out, but I'll come back soon. Some jitterbug made me dust my room. I looked under the pillow and got my gun. I went back out, I had a little fun. It wasn't a big gun, it was just the right size. And on the helm was a Colt, a 4 and a 5. I made one shot, it was late that night. One jitterbug said the sign ain't right. At 4-5 hit him, it's spinning round and round. He tried to stand up, but he had to go down. Oh yes, I saw him when he dropped. I was looking in his face when he blowed his top. I'm going on home and smoke my pipe. I can't go to bed, the sign ain't right. When they had my trial, I knowed where I was bound. I saw the clerk of the court when he wrote it down. I've been there once and I done 10. I believe I've got to go back again. I told Lucille if I have to go, I'd do just like I done before. I'll walk the floor and smoke my pipe. I can't go to bed, the sign ain't right.
H.A. Rose, Smoke My Pipe. The Sign Ain't Right. From 1971. I played that last year, probably around maybe like, I don't know, early spring or something last year. And there's a whole story behind that song. But to give just a couple of interesting details about it, that was the only thing he ever did. He paid for the studio session, had the studio musicians there, like the session musicians. They recorded that song, and he came back once to the manufacturer of the vinyl and got a second pressing done, and that was it. So pretty mysterious anyway. And yeah, Smoke My Pipe. He doesn't exactly say what was in that pipe, but you know, it's open to speculation, seeing as how especially that was the end of the Narcotics set. Before that, Macy Skipper Bop Pills from a 1956 Sun Records single. What else? Rika Jansen, Marijuana Marie from a self-titled 1971 Imperial release. And that being in Dutch, I don't really know what the hell she was saying, but I can only assume it's a cautionary tale of sorts. Catch a word or two here or there, mentioning pornography and having to wear dark sunglasses, at least the same words in German for dark sunglasses. Dunkelbrille, I believe it was, and like things like that. So I'm sure it wasn't in praise of marijuana. I doubt that very much. Speaking of cautionary tales, before that, Erky Blue and the Blue Cowboys, Too Many Pills from a 1970 Tonka single, which in the lyrics he mentions a warning to musicians. Dick Justice, to start, as I mentioned, Cocaine from 1930, put out by Brunswick. And I got a few more songs to go. Should be able to get everything in before the end of the show here. At least everything I wanted to play specifically. So next is Petrillo. The song is Fiasco. This came out in 2017 on Metal as a self-released recording by the band.
From the place he took hold of you to the place
ojos de color negro. Tus ojos eran del color de la tristeza. Hubo un momento en que latió mi corazón con tanta fuerza porque mi alma negra está. Yo vi una hilera de autos pintados de negro. Todos mis amigos de luto iban vestidos. Después me vi corriendo para poder huir y de repente con tu ataúd me encontré. Yo vi tu cara pintada de color negro. Volví la espalda y mis amigos me rodeaban. Me señalaban como culpable de tu dolor. Fue por mi culpa que tu vida yo destruí. Que huí, sentí de pronto que caía en un abismo negro como mi falsía. De pronto desperté de mi pesadilla cruel. Te vi y oí decirme que aceptabas mi amor. Te traicioné y ahora comprendo tu cariño. Yo ya no quiero volver a vivir mi sueño. Ahora puedo ver lo hermoso de un cielo azul. Mi negro sueño por fin desapareció.
The FSU quarterback will not play in the Peach Bowl because of a family issue. Death in the family is the rumor, Thomas.
Ah, it certainly is. You gotta love that, though, huh?
Pussyfoot. Chemicals is the name of the song. That came out on Floundering, which they put out in 2019. Yeah, they're one of the bands I was talking about from Chicago. Also heard Belk with Money. I get a real kick out of that song. They put that out last year as a self-release thing. Then Las Four Brillantes, their version of Painted Black. I tried to dig up some info about them online. Couldn't find a thing other than the fact that they existed and had some other songs, but not really anything. I couldn't even find out what label put that out. So it'll be a mystery. Before that, and to start, Petrillo Fiasco is a song from Metal, put out in 2017. And I'm going to play one more song to end off the show for this week. Shine Tops. The song is Servant. Comes from their self-titled self-release 2020 EP. Is it an EP? I don't know. I think it is. Let me check. For my own self-satisfaction. I don't really think it matters otherwise, but just to make sure I still retain memory somewhat adequately. Yes, it has 5 songs, therefore I'll consider it an EP. Thanks for being here this week. I'll have the replay posted soon. I should be back again next Saturday, and yeah, I don't know. Nothing more to say other than that. Thank you, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Just look after yourself, as they always say, because no one else will.
Let us get the fuck out of here.
Be seeing you.
And you.